Birds put the hit out on me. Oh, did she just mop the floor or something? It's Kill Cali Update Monday! What's going on with ya, big dog? As it is an amazing day for Sabrina to cash out on my life insurance policy. I hope that you are having an amazing day. And if you aren't, well, just know that Sabrina just might be on the come up if she keeps mopping these floors. At least when we're getting ready to talk about something Yu-Gi-Oh! Important wise, right? Speaking of life insurance policy, I'm here to collect, as it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of kicking rheumatoid arthritis' ass. Imagine it like falling for 5 months straight, cause dog, I'm gonna die one day. This journey has not been without its trials and tribulations. And every time that I start to close another chapter, I open a new one. Just like how you may be opening a new chapter jumping into this Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, or maybe you're just looking for a deck that's really easy to play to show to a friend, or maybe for yourself. I ain't gonna blame you. I like the easy decks myself. That's right, big dog. Whether you are a beginner or not, I'm going to be showing you 4 different strategies, one for every category: a combo deck, a mid-range deck, a control deck, and an anti-meta deck that you might be interested in. And to add on to it, I'm actually going to be giving you deck lists provided by my Discord. Starting something new is a very fun and oftentimes prosperous adventure. But remember, no matter what you start on, you're going to fail more often than not. Just recently, I've been trying to make new video series for you guys to watch, and they have not been doing good, but that doesn't stop me from being patient, from persevering, and being persistent. So if I were to give any advice out the gate for a beginner or for someone that has maybe lost a little bit of courage in this Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, that would be it. But let's start talking about these decks so you can really start getting to that 4th P, which, like I said before, is prosperous, big dog. All right, so I gotta ask you, what's your favorite Scooby-Doo? See, it's a trick question because if you're a genuine 90s baby such as yours truly, you gotta sing it. What's new, Scooby-Doo? Coming after you, gonna solve that mystery. But if you know, you know. The source is actually Mystery Incorporated. Mystery Incorporated is actually loosely based on the story of conquistadors. Look, I'm basically getting to Eldritch as the deck that you probably want to consider as an amazing beginner deck. The Eldritch strategy is a trap-based deck focused on being able to special summon Eldritch the Golden Lord to your side of the field. While you have Eldritch the Golden Lord on your side of the field, trap cards like Conquistador and Wakiro can summon themselves as monsters and also perform another action like destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field and banish cards in their graveyard. And what separates the Eldritch strategy apart from the other control-based decks is that your traps are not only forms of disruption, but they're also monsters. The Eldritch strategy is also a deck that can be played in so many different engines, like if you want to go a live twin route, or possibly even an unchained route, an invoked route. Whichever route you choose, you can pretty much mix it with Eldritch. Now, not only is Eldritch one of the best strategies in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game, it's also relatively cheap, being reprinted recently in Maximum Gold Eldorado. And the strategy looks cool. Don't you want a boss monster deck? I'm not falling from this again, but you know what I'm talking about. He's just swag. A more powerful Eldritch build in this current format does play Dogmatica cards, as you guys can see in this particular list. It's also really built on being able to stop the opponent and control the board with Inspector Border, but also gains the benefit of being able to play almost every trap card or every good trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh! To be able to stymie whatever your opponent's doing and keep doing what you want to do, which is use your trap cards, because that's how Eldritch works. If you are a beginner and wants to control the tempo of the game, Eldritch just may be a strategy for you because of its ability to not only be able to do that, but also be able to mix with strategies when you want to grow and evolve. Plus, he's like the pure essence of balling on a budget, boy. You ain't never seen a golden boy that strong. Now, Eldritch is actually an amazingly powerful deck, but let's say you're completely bored of playing it. I mean, the deck can be dangerously slow to some players. You want a little bit of Raz in your life. You want to be able to special summon a ton of monsters to your side of the field, but not too much. You still want to be able to control the board. well, congratulations, you pretty much won it all and you're a mid-range player. That means that there are going to be strategies that may bore you or may seem overcomplicated, but there's also those strategies that sit right on that cusp that are perfect for you. Take, for example, Solomon Great. This strategy is amazing and probably fits right up your alley. Not only does it have the combo potential to make an access code talker that is 5300 attack and can attack twice, something that other decks can't do, it's also a deck that can make it within 2 cards. So the combo potential is definitely there. But when it comes to the control aspect, Solomon Great got you down, boy. As Solomon Great's Sunlight Wolf is your centerpiece to the strategy, allowing you to get your control cards like Solomon Great Rage and Roar, being able to negate your opponent's most important cards or destroy cards on their side of the field. But it can also get you cards like Solomon Great Will Encircle, allowing you to either search or recur Solomon Great monsters. And while we're here, another great thing about Solomon Great is that it is a Cybers archetype, meaning that even if you don't get direct support with Solomon Great in the card's name, as long as they keep reprinting Cybers cards, you'll be alright. You're going to continuously get support to allow you to become a better Solomon Great player. A good deck list to reference from my Discord is this particular version that has a pretty decent balance between combo and control. This is a Solomon Great deck that you may want to reference and tweak to your liking, but your boy just may make a Solomon Great deck himself and show you who still really got it. This deck is still too strong, guys. Solomon Great is a perfect strategy for a beginner that is new to the link mechanic, as not only will the strategy show you how to do it, it also has its own little twist to it to make the strategy more interesting. Let me guess, that 5300 attack access code talker that can inflict 10,600 damage in a turn caught your attention. Maybe you just want to summon a huge monster to your side of the field that your opponent can't deal with, and bonus points for the card being nostalgic, being a card, I don't know, 17 years old. For you Yugi Zoomers, you wouldn't know what this card is because you were still sucking on a bottle when it came out. As Gurren Maju is not only risen from the Invasion of Chaos set to be a nobody card to a central piece of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh!, it's actually a very budget-friendly deck. How the deck pretty much operates is that you banish as many cards as possible through cards like Pot of Desires and Gizmek, Orochi, Serpent, things, to be able to draw cards or summon this monster to your side of the field. Then you summon Gurren Maju that typically starts off with like 4,000 attack and can scale up to over 9,000. Gurren Maju literally reminds me of Escanor because there's more cards that you banish, and the closer it gets to the middle of the day, the stronger this deck becomes, and you don't want to see this deck at its strongest. Gurren Maju is another one of those strategies that are perfect for beginners because it's so versatile. There have been players that have been playing the danger game with Gurren Maju, being able to use danger monsters, which allow you to not only summon level 8 monsters to your side of the field to access Exceed summoning of rank 8 monsters, but also when they're hit, they allow you to destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field. Then there are players going the anti-meta route, similar to Eldritch, playing cards like Inspector Border inside of their deck, and seeing that Gurren Maju doesn't activate, well, yeah, your monster effects can't stop him from punching over your life points. Gurren Maju is an extraordinary choice, and I have to highlight this profile from my Discord. By the way, if you guys haven't caught on, you probably should be joining Discord, as they have some spice to share with you, more than likely with any of the decks that you have questions for. Now let's just say you are neither of those players, and you like to live on the dangerous side. You love special summoning monsters, and you like building boards your opponent can't break. Now, I fought with everybody to include this strategy because if you are this type of person, then you're probably looking for a perplex strategy that has tons of unlimited potential. And that's where you have to enter in Rocket Dragon Link. This is a strategy that has been competitive for a good 3 years inside of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much ever since the inception of the Rocket Dragon Link structure deck, and is just an incredible deck. How RDL works is that it's built on making some huge boards, but even if it can't, it can make some fairly sizable boards that are really hard to beat. like Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, as well as a Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. This is the typical inboard for the strategy, as you normally use Chaotic Ruler to search any of your light hand traps like Nibiru or Artifact Lancia from your deck to your hand to shut your opponent down. Now, combo players, as you already know, normally when you make a mistake in your combo, it's almost unforgivable. Rocket Dragon Link does give you a little bit of leeway. As long as you can make your Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres or your Dragon Maid Tiding, or a combination of both, you can probably live to survive the next turn and still generate advantage on your opponent's turn. And one of the best things about this strategy is that as long as dragon monsters get printed, this strategy will forever get support. It reminds me of the dragon strategies back in the day like Chaos Dragon or Disaster Dragon. Boy, I am old, let's not talk about that and move forward, as they can seemingly pick out any dragon monster going forward and use it to its advantage. Players really love the Rocket Dragon Link strategy, and it comes in all different types of builds. The reason why I say Rocket Dragon Link is because it comprises of rockets, but there is also Chaos Rocket Dragon Links, and then there's also Pure Rockets, and then there's also Pure Chaos. There's just so many variants of this strategy, you're really gonna have to choose and figure it out. But the one we're going to focus on is the one from my Discord, a nice little balance of the Rocket Dragon Link cards you need, plus also the Chaos and the Dragon Maid cards you would need to keep this deck as competitive as possible. And that is all that we have for the best strategies for beginners. What I like to do is update this every so few months, just in case you got some new beginners that want to get into the card game, or even more importantly, maybe you want to visit on some of these simplified decks and improve your game. Regardless, whichever one you're choosing, I'm always going to provide these videos for you just to get you into the game or to keep you playing. And you can also check out these videos, as of course, I'll catch you tonight on Twitch at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be streaming me opening a case of Brothers of Legends.